I'll now call the Committee of Adjustment meeting for November 20th, 2025 to order. As this meeting is being held virtually, I will remind you that the meeting is being recorded and streamed live via the County of Brant YouTube account. We do have no committee members online tonight. This meeting is held in accordance with the provision of the Planning Act, which requires notice of the public information meeting and the public notice sign to be posted. The purpose of this meeting is to discuss minor variance and consent applications and provide those in attendance the opportunity to provide feedback. A copy of the meeting agenda with all related materials is available on the County of Brant website. Once the presentations, public hearing, and question period are complete for each item, if the committee deems it appropriate, they will make a decision which is final following the 20-day appeal period. The order of delegations are as follows: planning staff report and recommendation, applicant and agent presentation, questions and discussion, public comments, further questions of clarification, and the decision. I'll now call attendance. Please indicate by stating present if you are in attendance. Mary Jane Brown, present. Harry Emmett.
Present.
John Vamus.
Present.
Bob Hamilton.
Present.
Jane Penag.
Present.
I will note Rebecca Smith is absent, and Steve Schmidt is absent too. We'll now move to item 2, new business. A copy of the 2026 Committee of Adjustment calendar was provided. Are there any questions from committee members on that 2026 calendar? I believe I had emailed a question regarding, and I believe Dan is going to provide an answer on how this committee may fit in with the new process.
Yeah, thank you. Through you, Madam Chair. The question, if I could just summarize, was just we've had some discussion over the last few months about the community planning permit system, which is a new system that our planning team is looking to propose and receive support from council on. And we've been working to establish a framework, working with a consultant that we've retained to establish this community planning permit system for us. This we hope to implement this in the next over the next year. So the question is how the ongoing question is, what role does this committee play in the new community planning permit system? And we don't know yet. We have received some information that has been presented to council over the last few months, and in January we hope to have kind of the first draft of what this process might actually look like. And that draft will be available to this committee and to the public for feedback. And we'll include a public engagement period. And then ultimately, whatever we end up with will be approved by council. And if there are any changes to the roles and responsibilities of this committee over the next year, then certainly the committee will be well aware, well in advance of any changes that would be made. So the council or the committee meeting dates for 2026, we'll just kind of follow suit, and we'll be aware of these dates for next year, and if there's any changes we can make those as we go.
Member Hamilton, please go ahead.
Through the chair, just wondering, as you're putting this planning session together, what is the tentative date for implementation?
I believe we'll be looking at a kind of a slow phased approach. The first step is really having the bylaw approved by council that approves this new planning process for us. So that would be the first step.
Do you see this then not maybe being fully adopted until the new council comes in?
That's a good question. Again, with the timing, I think historically with the committee and reappointments or new appointments, it doesn't happen at the same time as the election. There's usually a little bit of overlap. So I hope that you know, within the next 6 months, we're implementing some of these changes. And, you know, we'll see exactly what that looks like following council's approval.
Thank you.
Any other comments, questions? Then I'll ask the committee, can I have a motion to approve the minutes? Or approve the 2026 calendar, sorry. Member Emmett, is there a seconder? Member Vamus? I'll now call the vote, starting with Member Emmett.
Yes.
Member Vamus?
Yes.
Member Hamilton?
Yes.
Member Panag?
Yes.
And Brown, yes. The motion to approve the 2026 calendar for Committee of Adjustment has carried, and they have gone into record. We'll now move to item 3, approval of the agenda. Do any members have items to be added to the agenda? Can I have a mover and seconder? Member Hamilton? And Member Panag? Can I please have your motion?
Moved by myself, seconded by Member Penang, that we accept the minutes adoption of the agenda for the November 20th meeting.
Thank you. Members, please indicate if you're in favor, starting with Member Emmett.
Yes.
Member Vamus?
Yes.
Member Hamilton?
Yes.
Member Panag?
Yes.
And Brown, yes. The agenda has now been approved. We will now move to item 4. Declaration of pecuniary interest. Are there any members who have conflicts on these applications tonight? Pardon? No, not this time. Okay. Then we will move on to item 5, adoption of minutes from previous meetings. Are there any committee members who wish to add or correct any of the minutes from the October meeting? I guess there are none. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes? Member Panag?
Moved by myself and seconded by Member Hammond,
Vamus?
that the minutes of the October 16, 2025 meeting of the Committee of Adjustment be approved as printed. Thank you.
I'll now call the vote, starting with Member Emmett,
Yes.
Member Vamus,
Yes.
Member Hamilton.
Yes.
Member Panag,
Yes.
and Brown, yes. The motion to approve the minutes from the October meeting has carried. Those minutes are now approved. I'll now introduce the public portion of the meeting, starting with item 6.1 for applications B24 and B25-5 RF, and turn it over to staff for the presentation of the report and the recommendation.
Good evening. I am presenting application B2425RF for an inadvertent merger and B2525RF for a minor boundary adjustment for lands at 21 and 23 Highway 2, submitted by Courtney Boyd on behalf of the owner. I will present each application proposal separately, as decisions of the applications will be made independently of one another. Staff are recommending approval of both applications. The subject lands are located west of Highway 2 with a frontage of 82.43 meters along Highway 2 and an area of approximately 1.83 hectares. 21 Highway 2 contains a single detached dwelling and a detached garage. 23 Highway 2 contains a single detached dwelling, an agricultural structure used for personal storage, and a greenhouse. The surrounding area is low-density residential, natural heritage, and some farmland. The subject lands are designated as Village Developed Area, Natural Heritage System within the County of Brant Official Plan. They're located within the settlement area of Falkland and zoned agricultural and natural heritage within the zoning bylaw 6116. Consent application 2425RF proposes to reestablish the original lot configuration of the properties at 21 and 23 Highway 2, which inadvertently merged on title in 2005 due to common ownership. The request is legal and technical in nature to allow for the correction of title as a result of inadvertent merger. Through circulation of commenting agencies and review of this application, it's been determined that the reestablishment of the original parcels reflect the original lot lines and comply with planning policies without creating any new lots. The existing uses will remain unchanged. Parcels meet the zoning requirements for both area and frontage. Each parcel contains its own septic system. The agricultural structure at 23 Highway 2 is a legal non-conforming use. Now I'd just like to bring your attention to the pictures on the screen. And I just want to note that the septic for each parcel is highlighted in the white circles. Consent application B25-25RF proposes a minor boundary adjustment to transfer approximately 440 square meters of land from 21 Highway 2 to the abutting parcel at 23 Highway 2 to provide access to the rear of the property. The boundary adjustment is minor, technical in nature, and is compatible and consistent within the context of existing land uses. Through circulation of commenting agencies and review of the application, it was determined that the boundary adjustment is minor and it will not create new additional lots. It is located outside of heritage features. It improves the overall lot layout and keeps each parcel functional, and it will provide access, rear access to 23 Highway 2 due to the tree overgrowth. On this slide, you can see the layout of the reestablished parcels in picture 1 and how the minor boundary adjustment shown in picture 2 creates access to the rear of the property while ensuring that the trees, which are circled in white, remain within a single parcel. You can also see that the natural heritage features highlighted in green will not be impacted by these applications, and that the overall lot configuration is improved. I'd like to note that the reestablishment of the parcels has to be finalized first before the boundary adjustment can proceed, and this sequence has been clarified in the decisions. Notice of this application, including contact information and the date of the public hearing, was circulated by mail on November 5th to all property owners within 60 meters of the subject lands in accordance with Section 45.5 of the Planning Act. Site visit was conducted on October 30th, and the public notice sign was posted on the property on November 4th. At the time of writing the report and this presentation, no public comments were received. It is my professional opinion that the consent applications are appropriate. The reestablishment of the parcels at 21 and 23 Highway 2 due to an inadvertent merger is legal and technical in nature. The associated minor boundary adjustment to provide access is also considered minor and technical in nature, and therefore I'm recommending application B21 and B25-25-RF be approved subject to the attached conditions. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Roxana, for the presentation. Do committee members have any comments or questions on these applications? There are none. So is the applicant or their agent present and wish to add to staff report?
Good evening. My name is Courtney Boyd. I'm here as agent for the applicant. I'm here to answer any questions, although Roxana gave a pretty detailed, high-level overview of what's being sought.
Do committee members have any comments? Member Hamilton?
Through the chair to the applicant or agent, if we are doing the lot line adjustment, the second part, to give access, how is it currently being accessed?
Through the chair, so because both parcels are owned by the same owner, the owner can access them. However, with the consent, they will be separate parcels, so the only way access could be achieved is to cross over onto the other parcel. And the owner does plan to eventually sell one of the parcels. It's tenanted, that building, so access wouldn't be available.
Thank you.
Any other comments, questions? We'll now open the public portion of this application. Are there any registered delegates? There are none. Are there anybody in chambers who wish to speak to this application? There are none, so we will now close the public portion of this application. Are there any final comments or questions to staff or the agent from committee members? Then I'll request a mover to put your motion on the floor, seeking a seconder to, on these applications. We'll need a motion for each application. Member Emmett, please go ahead. We'll deal with the one first.
Moved by myself, seeking a seconder. That application B2425RF be approved as it meets provincial guidelines.
Member Panag is the seconder. I'll now call the vote, starting with Member Emmett,
Yes.
Member Vamus,
Yes.
Member Hamilton,
Yes.
Member Panag,
Yes.
and Brown, yes. The motion to approve application B24-25RF has carried. That application is now approved. Can I ask you, Member Emmett, for the motion on the next application?
Moved by myself, seeking a seconder, that application B2525RF be approved,
Subject to the conditions?
subject to the conditions.
And do you wish to, Member Panag is the seconder. Member Emmett, I'll start with you for the vote.
Yes.
Member Vamus,
Yes.
Member Hamilton,
Yes.
Member Panag,
Yes.
and Brown, yes. Motion to approve application B25-25RF has carried. That application is now approved. I will now introduce item 6.2 for application A1825RC and turn it over to staff for the presentation of the report.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Sarah Meerveld. I am a planning co-op student here at the county, and I will be presenting minor variance application A18-25-RC. Do we have the slides? Brief moment. That's okay. All right. A18-25-RC. which is submitted and owned by the County of Brant. The application seeks relief from zoning bylaw 6116 to permit a maximum height of 12.05 meters, whereas 10 meters is permitted, and to permit a minimum interior side yard setback of 1.64 meters, where 3 meters is permitted. Staff recommend approval of this application. The subject lands are located on the southeast side of Victor Boulevard, east of Main Street South and north of German School Road within the settlement area of St. George. The property is in a regular shape with a total lot area of 3.23 hectares and has access to Victor Boulevard via a long driveway in the northwest corner of the site. The subject lands contain the existing St. George wastewater treatment plant, and the property is served by public water and wastewater systems. The site includes a natural heritage feature along the southern portion of the property, and the disturbed area within the site has been long established with the construction of the existing wastewater treatment plant. The proposed construction will take place within this disturbed area. The property is designated as parks and open space and natural heritage in the official plan, and is zoned as open space, or OS1, and natural heritage, or NH, under the zoning bylaw. The application seeks relief from section 14.3, table 14.3.1 of the zoning bylaw to permit a maximum height of 12.05 meters, and to permit a minimum interior side yard setback of 1.64 meters. These variances will accommodate the proposed expansion of the wastewater treatment plant. The proposed expansion will upgrade the St. George wastewater treatment plant to a rated capacity of 3,900 cubic meters per day as per the detailed design completed in July of 2025. The image displayed on the slide shows the site plan attached with this application. The existing building and the equipment is shown in highlighted in gray. These areas, as well as the existing parking and driveway, will remain unchanged. The proposed upgrades include the addition of a new headworks building, a new process building, and a new generator pad. These are shown in red on the site plan. The application meets all 4 tests of a minor variance under the Planning Act. The application is minor in nature with no negative impacts to the surrounding land uses. It is desirable for the continued use of the subject lands, and it maintains the intentions of the official plan and the zoning bylaw. It supports the long-term viability consistent with the 2024 PPS direction to prioritize planning and investment to infrastructure and public service facilities. The proposed increase in building height is minor in nature, as the additional 2.05 meters to maximum height represents a minimal 20.5% increase. The increase in building height is necessary to support the operational requirements of the facility. The proposed expansion to the wastewater treatment plant will support the growing settlement area of St. George. The proposed taller buildings are situated away from the roadway and surrounding dwellings. Existing vegetation surrounding the site will provide effective screening, preserving privacy for adjacent properties. The proposed reduction in the minimum interior side yard setback represents a 45.3% reduction. This reduction is considered minor as the purpose of the minimum interior side yard is still met, as the construction of this building will take place on the current disturbed area of the subject lands. The surrounding area consists of residential land uses to the northwest, and natural heritage features surround the site on all sides. A natural privacy screen shields the wastewater treatment plant from residential areas to the northwest, and due to the isolated nature of the subject lands, the requested variances will not negatively impact the surrounding land uses. Overall, the expansion of the wastewater treatment plant will allow the subject lands to continue their use as a public service facility as designated in the official plan and zoning bylaw. Notice of this application was circulated by mail on October 23rd to all property owners within a 60-meter radius of the subject lands as required in the Planning Act. The public notice sign was posted on October 30th, and a site visit was conducted on November 5th. The application has been circulated to the required departments and agencies, and at this time, no comments or concerns have been brought forward. In conclusion, this application requests a minor variance to permit a building height of 12.05 meters and a minimum side yard setback of 1.64 meters to allow for the expansion of the St. George wastewater treatment plant. The application meets the 4 tests of a minor variance as required within the Planning Act, and staff are satisfied that the proposal is consistent with the Planning Act, the PPS, the official plan, and the zoning bylaw. As such, planning staff recommend approval of minor variance application A18-25-RC. Thank you for your time. Myself and Stephanie from operations will be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Sarah, for the presentation. Do committee members have any questions? Member Hamilton, please go ahead.
Through the chair to staff, it appears here that we're doing a fair bit of construction in a fairly close to a natural heritage area. I guess my question is just for clarification, the building permit would have included protection for soil erosion and trees and similar. Nothing was ever shown up here on that, so everybody else that ends up having to do things that is at least looked at or talked about.
Yeah, through you, I can take this one, through you, Madam Chair, to Mr. Hamilton. Just like any other project, this application is required to demonstrate and meet zoning compliance. The next step for this project is site plan control, where we will review and implement the siltation control requirements, review grading, building placement. All of this would require review and approval from staff internally prior to building permits being issued.
Okay, thank you.
Any other comments, questions to staff from the committee? Then I believe the applicant's agent is present. Can you? Yes. Do you have anything you wish to add to the report?
Good evening. I'm Stephanie DiGiovanni, the applicant or agent on behalf of the County of Brantford Operations. I don't have anything to add at this point, but if you have any more questions, I'm happy to address as well.
Do committee members have anything to comment on or question? I did have a question after I spoke with you. The position of the existing wastewater treatment plant, my understanding is there will be lands developed heading west towards Highway 24. So will this treatment plant be sufficient for the development of those lands, or is it only for the lands that are heading south from Highway 5 down towards German School Road?
It's a great question. The planned upgrades are to expand the capacity to 3,900 cubic meters per day, which is sufficient capacity to the settlement boundary through the year 2051. So we are heading west along Highway 5, and that includes some of the industrial expansion along there, as well as the residential expansion within town.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments or questions then? Then I will open the public portion of this meeting. Do we have any registered delegations? No. Then in chambers tonight, are there any people who wish to speak to this application? No questions, comments from the public? No? Then, yes? I would just like to. Could we have you come up to the podium? No. And give your name? It's procedure.
Hi, I'm Corinne Legere. I just wanted to reiterate, you mentioned that they're expanding the industrial section of St. George as well?
There are some lands along Highway 5 that are slated for future industrial development, yes.
Oh, okay. I just, not a fan, that's all. But I'm sure there's nothing I can do about it. Thank you.
Any other members of the public wish to comment? Since there are none, we will now close the public portion of this application, and I'll ask the committee, are there any final comments or questions? No? Then can I have a motion? Member Panag.
I'd like to make a motion that application A 18-25-RC be approved with attached conditions.
I don't believe there are any conditions, are there? Since it is a minor variance, can we have the reasoning, like meeting the 4 tests of?
Well, it's minor in nature, so maybe there isn't any conditions.
Okay, thank you. Is there a seconder? Member Hamilton? I'll now call the vote, starting with Member Emmett.
Yes?
Member Vamus?
Yes.
Member Hamilton?
Yes.
Member Panag?
Yes.
And Brown, yes. The motion to approve application A1825RC has carried, so that application is now approved. I'll move to item 7 on our agenda. The next meeting is scheduled to be December 18th, 2025, and again will be a hybrid meeting starting at 6 p.m. And I will now move to item 8 for adjournment. May I please get a motion to adjourn the meeting? Member Emick, can I have your motion?
I move that the meeting be adjourned.
Okay, and Member Hamilton has seconded. All those in favor, raise your hands. I